Hey guys, so I know everyone is probably more than familiar with the famous drawing from Ben Hogan's 5 Lessons where he has his head stuck through a pane of glass. And he recommends that you want to swing the club under this pane of glass and not break it. So one of the things that I think is not talked about the pane of glass is there's a part 2 to this. I think everybody's seen this, but has everybody seen this? Mr. Hogan states, the golfer gets on the downswing plane when he turns his hips to the left to initiate the downswing. The plane for the downswing is inclined at a shallower angle than the plane of the backswing, and its lateral axis points slightly to the right of the golfer's target. This is a massive, important thing that I don't think people talk about, because the backswing plane is not exactly the same as the downswing plane. Now, I talked in my last video about wanting to swing out to the right, and you can see me here actually practicing this with my warm-up swings. And what I'm trying to do is get the feeling of that downswing plane shifting once I start to move my hips. And so I'm swinging from the inside out. So I'm trying to swing from the inside out. That is the feeling I want to have with this driver swing. I want to stay behind the ball and then just rotate. So the best example, or shall I say one of my favorite examples of the perfect plane in a golf swing is my main man, CHARLEY Hoffman. So let's check him out.
Okay. Yes!
So let's look at CHARLEY Hoffman. Here we see just an absolutely beautiful address position. I've been talking a lot about the structure of your swing, and I believe you build it into your address. I think the best golfers in the world have the best addresses in the world, because it's going to allow them to return the club face square to the ball over and over again with a lot of speed and control. So we see CHARLEY Hoffman's structure built into his address right here. It's just fantastic. But let's watch this swing in full just one time before I start to talk about it. Man, that is as good as it gets in my book. So I'm going to take him up to the top to the transition here. We see a beautiful position at the top. Perfect balance, just like Mr. Hogan talked about. You'll notice that he has what would be considered probably a fairly flat plane. But this is the transition that I think is so important. You can kind of see how it changes and shifts out to the right. That club drops behind him a little bit. And this isn't a perfectly straight shot. He's going to hit that ball a little bit to the left. But he just rips it. I've seen him play multiple times. Last year I got to follow him at Riviera and then also at the Arnold Palmer at Bay Hill. He was just hitting it so amazingly well. It's hard for me to imagine that he would ever, play badly with this golf swing. And I think this impact position here is just par excellence. I wish I could swing like this. My goodness gracious, man. I think he has one of the finest swings I've ever looked at.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas from MySwingEvolution.com. It's hard to believe that 2017 is almost wrapped up, but 2018 is going to be the best golfing year of all time. Oh my gosh, we've got some things in store for you that you are simply not going to believe. So in order to ring out 2017, we are having a blowout sale at MySwingEvolution.com. All my most popular videos are slashed in price. So if you're looking to improve your game, now's a great time to get started. If you're a beginner or you just want to have a primer to go through all of your basics, get Golf's Greatest Lessons. It takes you through the entire game from putting to hitting drives, and it will help you get a handle on your game if you're a beginner or just trying to sharpen up your skills. Now, if you would like to hit the ball farther, My Driving Evolution is a program I've done multiple times. And I'm telling you, I'm shocked every time I do it because I gain so much yardage. And I'll probably be doing it again in the springtime. So, if you are a good golfer and you're interested in tackling the Ben Hogan golf swing, get the Hogan Code. It's my 5-year thesis on the Ben Hogan golf swing. I started my swing evolution working on the Ben Hogan golf swing, and it took me 3.5 years to break par. And this video tells you how I did it. Now, if you're just a huge fan of Ben Hogan, you should see my documentary feature film called Mr. Hogan, where I visit all the people that knew Mr. Hogan and worked with him intimately. And I even get to spend time with Chichi Rodriguez and Jack Nicklaus, who was a good friend of Mr. Hogan. Can you believe it? So go to myswingevolution.com. All my most popular downloads are only $25, and you can get Mr. Hogan for only $20 until the end of 2017. So guys, get ready for 2018 because you're going to hit them long and you're going to hit them straight.